In today's video, we uncover how massive recycling factories turn discarded washing machines into high-performance railway tracks. Welcome to Factory Founder, Jorge, where we take you deep inside the world's most extreme industrial transformation.
In a world driven by constant consumption, millions of appliances reach the end of their lives every year. Among them, old, rusted washing machines, once essential to daily life, are discarded, forgotten, and left to decay. But what if these abandoned machines could be transformed into something far more powerful, something that carries nations forward? Literally. This is the story of how thousands of old rusted washing machines are reborn into railway tracks, inside one of the most massive and technologically advanced recycling facilities on Earth. It begins in a vast open yard where the scale is almost unimaginable. Thousands upon thousands of old rusted washing machines lie scattered across the ground. Their once smooth enamel surfaces are now cracked and peeling. Steel bodies are eaten away by corrosion. Doors hang loose, drums exposed, wires tangled like veins of a forgotten system. These machines have lived long lives, and now they've arrived for one final transformation.
All right, these next loads are all from the port. Got it. Check the manifests against the trucks. Will do. Looks like a full day today.
Heavy trucks roll in continuously, each one loaded with more of these discarded appliances. As they approach the facility, they pass over weigh bridges, massive industrial scales that measure the exact tonnage of incoming scrap. Every load is recorded, tracked, and categorized. This is not just waste, it is raw material. Once cleared, the trucks move toward the unloading zones. Hydraulic beds tilt upward, and in a matter of seconds, hundreds of old rusted washing machines crash onto the ground in a thunderous cascade of metal. Dust rises, steel collides, the recycling journey has officially begun.
Keep it steady. Watch that new machine. Copy that. Bringing it over now. Clear the area.
From here, the chaos is carefully controlled. Workers in protective gear begin the first stage, sorting and segregation. Each washing machine is inspected.
I think this one needs to be marked. See the exposed wiring? Yes, I've got it. Over here, I found another suspicious part. All right, let's keep checking carefully, safety first.
Conveyor systems carry partially dismantled machines through sorting lines. Magnets lift steel components away from mixed materials.
Good separation, we're on target.
Eddy current separators repel non-ferrous metals like aluminum.
Excellent separation, no ferrous material getting through.
Air classifiers separate light plastics from heavier fragments. Every piece is analyzed, separated, and directed with precision.
Keep an eye out for the glass. Got it, this one's ready. Watch the flow
This is
on the
where
far
waste
right belt.
begins to become resource.
Keep them coming to the far container. Right, loading up this section now and verify the weight before transport. Roger.
Next comes cleaning and pre-treatment. The metal components, still coated with oil, dirt, and decades of grime, are sent through powerful industrial washing systems. High-pressure jets blast away contaminants. Chemical baths dissolve grease, rotating drums tumble the scrap, exposing every surface. Steam rises, water sprays, rust flakes fall away. By the time the material exits this stage, it is no longer just scrap, it is prepared feedstock, ready for transformation.
On that one. Understood. Watch the rust spot. Look at the rust on that one. Needs another cycle. Turn up the spray pressure. That rust is still too thick. Mark it for a second pass.
Copy that. Logging it now.
Keep working on that drum. Hand me the pry bar. Almost got a 3. Keep
Then
them
comes
organized
one of
by
the most
condition.
intense phases of the process, shredding.
Check the motor on this one. Keep them moving steady. We've got a jam on line 3. Clear the next batch that's coming through.
Massive industrial shredders roar to life. Conveyor belts feed in the remains of old rusted washing machines, frames, drums, panels, and within seconds, rotating blades tear them
Keep
apart.
it steady. Watch the pile. Push it through.
Increase the pressure. Initiating crush sequence. Monitor hydraulic levels. Keep clear of debris. The magnet is running smoothly.
Confirmed. Separating perfectly.
Sparks fly. Metal screams under pressure. What once was a complete appliance is now reduced to fragments. Crushers follow, breaking down larger pieces into uniform sizes. Vibrating screens separate materials by dimension. The goal is simple, consistency, because in the next stage, precision matters more than ever. Material separation continues at a deeper level. Magnetic drums extract ferrous metals. Eddy currents isolate aluminum. Copper wiring is pulled from the mix.
Keep it moving on the main belt. Watch that hopper fill up.
Air systems remove remaining impurities. What remains is high-quality recycled steel, born from thousands of old rusted
Keep the
washing
flow steady.
machines.
Copy that, watching the chute.
Now, the transformation enters its most dramatic phase, melting.
Keep it steady. Watch the temperature.
Adjusting the tilt now.
Clear the line, moving the molds.
Inside the heart of the facility stands the electric arc furnace. This is where scrap becomes liquid. Massive electrodes descend, generating temperatures exceeding 1600 degrees Celsius. The steel melts into a glowing molten pool, bright orange, almost white at its core. Impurities rise to the surface as slag and are removed. Chemical compositions are adjusted. This is no longer random scrap. It is engineered steel designed to meet the strict standards required for railway infrastructure. From the furnace, the molten steel is transferred into ladles and poured into continuous casting machines. Here, it begins to take shape. Long streams of liquid metal flow into molds, cooling as they move. Slowly, they solidify into massive billets, rectangular blocks of steel that will soon become railway tracks, but they are not ready yet. These billets are reheated in massive furnaces, bringing them back to high temperatures for shaping. Then they enter rolling mills, machines of incredible force and precision. Rollers compress and stretch the glowing steel, transforming simple blocks into the familiar profile of railway rails. Sparks explode at every contact point. The steel glows red hot, moving at controlled speeds through multiple stages. This is where human skill meets industrial power. Workers in heat-resistant suits guide the rails, using long tools and mechanical systems to maintain alignment. They monitor temperature, adjust positioning, and ensure that every rail meets exact specifications. The rails then move into cooling zones.
Keep it steady. Down slowly. All right, lowering now. Watch the water spray. Keep it on the metal. Guide it left. Push it forward. Watch the stage.
Water sprays hiss as they meet hot steel. Steam rises in thick clouds. The metal slowly transitions from glowing orange to solid gray. But even now, the work is not complete. Each rail must be perfected. Straightening machines apply immense pressure to correct even the slightest deviations. Grinding systems smooth out imperfections. Polishing units refine the surface.
Right there. Lower it down. Steady, steady. Looks good. Secure that strap.
Once approved, the rails are marked, labeled, and moved to storage areas. Massive stacks form across the yard, perfectly aligned, ready for deployment. Cranes lift bundles onto trucks. Straps are secured. Documentation is finalized. And then, the moment of truth. The rails leave the facility, not as waste, but as infrastructure. Out in the field, workers begin construction. The rails are laid onto sleepers, aligned with precision tools and secured with bolts and plates. Section by section, the railway comes to life.
Locked in. Line it up. Ready to hydraulic. Lower the section slowly. Lock it in.
Line them up. Secure the base.
Watch the clearance. Ready to lift.
Lower the stack.
And finally, trains arrive. Heavy freight locomotives roll onto the newly constructed tracks. Wheels meet steel. Motion begins. What was once an old, rusted washing machine, discarded and forgotten, is now part of a system that moves goods, connects cities, and drives economies. This is not just recycling. This is transformation on an industrial scale. It is the story of how waste becomes strength, how decay becomes motion, and how thousands of forgotten machines are reborn into the very tracks that carry the world forward. Every rail tells a story. Every journey begins here, and it all starts with scrap.